Yeah, we living in a world where the rules don't apply. They say we gotta follow, but we ready to fly. The system got us boxed in, trying to keep us small. But we rise like the phoenix, we ain't scared to brawl. They feeding us lies, but we see through the smoke. We're the voice of the people, we're ready to provoke. They want us to divide, but we're stronger as one. Breaking chains, sticking names, yeah, we getting it done. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. Fist in the air, yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. In the world of division, they showed us how to share. But the weight of our sorrows, they never taught us to bear. We split our joys and laughter, but the pain remained untold. A burden we carry alone, a story left untold. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. We learned to divide our dreams and multiply our fears. But the ache in our hearts only grew with passing years. They gave us all the answers, except how to heal. The scars that run so deep, wounds that time can't seal. Yeah, they taught us how to share, but only the good. Smiles and laughter like we understood. But deep down inside, there's a storm we hide. Pain in our hearts, we're just trying to ride. Put on a mask, yeah, we play the part, but nobody sees the cracks in the hearts. We share our dreams, the highs and the lows, but when it comes to hurt, we just close the doors. We share the fun times, deflect the pain, laughing in the sunshine, dancing in the rain. But the shadows linger, they creep and they crawl, breaking us down, but we don't share it all. We got hate in our hearts, but we keep concealed. Taught to share the joy, but wounds, they stay unhealed. They say love was easy to divide, but the heartache never subsides. We tried to split everything into two, but the pain lingers strongly true. Shared our dreams, divided our fears, but the sorrow remained through the years. No matter how we tried to let go, the weight of our suffering continued to grow. Now we're apart trying to heal, but some wounds are too deep to conceal. They said splitting up will set us free, yet the pain lingers in you and me. In a world where rules are set in stone, the system's grip tightens, we're not alone. Bound by chains of injustice greed. Against the odds, we fight to be free. Mighty forces try to keep us down, but our spirits rise, refusing to drown. Defying norms, breaking through the mold. In this battle of wills, our story is told. As the clash continues day by day, we stand united, come what may. For in this world where rules don't apply, our strength and unity will never die. They try to silence our dreams, but we're loud and clear. With every step forward, conquering fear. They can't hold us back. We're the fire and the flame in this battle for freedom. We're all in the game. They say it's just a game, but we're playing for keeps. With the strength of the many, we're shattered elites. No more puppets on strings, we're cutting the ties. With our eyes on the prize, we're reaching for the skies. So let's stand together, let's break down the walls. In this fight for our future, we'll answer the calls. From the ashes, we'll rise like a storm. Riders ignite. It's us versus the system, and we're ready to fight. They build the walls, but we're digging tunnels. With every step we take, we're shaking the bundles. From the streets to the courts, we're raising our voice. In a world full of noise, we're making the choice. They want to keep us blind, but we see the light. Knowledge is power, and we're ready to fight. From the corners of the city to the halls of the state, where the heartbeat of the struggle can't afford to wait. It's us versus the system. We're breaking the mold. This in the air, yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise. Let them know we're here. Riders ignite. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows. To split everything, but not the heavy falls. Now we stand here broken, searching for some light, hoping for a way out of this never ending night. But through it all, we find strength in each other's embrace. Together, we'll face tomorrow and find solace in this space. They say don't bring the drama, keep it all light. But every night I'm fighting these demons in sight. Whispers in my mind, yeah, they echo and they shout. While I'm smiling on the surface, I'm breaking without. We're sharing the laughter, but what's underneath? A battlefield of sorrow, a war with no peace. We're warriors in silence, but nobody knows how the pain that we carry just grows and it grows. In a world of lessons learned, they taught us how to stand and burn. But the scars we hide deep inside are the ones that never subside. We followed all the rules they made, but the emptiness never fades. Their wounds like knives, cutting through, leaving wounds that always grew. They painted pictures of success, but couldn't fix what's left from us. Now we're left to bear the strain of the pain that lingers, never wanes. It's us versus the system. We're breaking the mold. That's in the air. Yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise. Let them know we're here. Riders ignite. So remember this moment. Remember this face. Remember this sound. We're the voice of the future, and we won't back down. In the face of oppression,
All right, back to our top story now. A viral video on social media showing a mother and her children attacked by elementary students.
Winnie George live at Orville Bright Public School. And Winnie, some tell you that this has been an ongoing problem.
Good morning. That's exactly right. The adults who showed up at the school today say while they are shocked, they're not surprised. Take a look behind me. They tell me they are demanding accountability, saying the students involved should be expelled. We want to warn you that we are going to show you some of that disturbing video, and you may understand why so many people are upset. This is how we show up. Chicago police escorted 33-year-old Karshonda Hatter into Orville T. Bright Public School Tuesday morning for a meeting with officials. A sea of supporters gathered around her, chanting. The Chicago mom is the focus of this video, seen millions of times on social media. She and her children were attacked by multiple other children Monday afternoon as they were walking home. WGN is not showing the full video as it may be too disturbing to watch. But here's what we will show you. You can see Hatter and her children walking as a group of elementary students followed and yelled at them. Next, you see the kids crowd around Hatter and her children, and that's when two of them started to punch them. Hatter was eventually thrown to the ground and jumped, as was her son.
They were literally waiting the way we walk home just to jump all of us.
So now we waiting.
Just to jump all of us. So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking, they followed us all the way there. And then they still fought us. They fought my son, they hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Hatter and her 9-year-old son were taken to Trinity Hospital in serious condition after the attack. According to her, this isn't the first time her child has been bullied, and she's hoping this will be the last.
I'm trying to get justice for my son.
Absolutely. And you deserve it.
And she's not the only parent fighting for her child. Those who stood outside the school say students have been terrorizing the community.
This has been an ongoing thing in this community, and the parents don't take accountability for nothing their kids do. If my kids was out here being messy, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna let it be known.
And again, back out here live, dozens of parents and community members showing up as early as 7 a.m. when we got out here. Hatter and her family are still in that meeting as we speak, talking to administrators regarding the incident. We do know CPS is investigating this, and we're trying to get more information on what's next. Now, coming up at noon, you will hear from a state senator who also was in that meeting. I'm live here in the South Deering neighborhood. Winnie George, WGN News.
So disturbing. Thank you, Whitney.
Facts, facts, facts. It's so disturbing. Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble night. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. It's y'all shorty Rachel. Let me welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. Today's episode, Jumped by Bullies. All right. 2 years of silence ends here. All right. So the Chicago mom got jumped, all right, by some kids within the community, all right, and the issue stemmed from the school, all right. Let's talk about it. A mother and her children were jumped, and not in a movie, all right, not in a skit, in real life, in broad daylight, by a pack of kids, all right, who ain't been taught better, and by a culture that keeps making excuses for bad behavior while blaming the victims for showing up, all right. This ain't just a headline. It's a pattern. And if you've been rocking with this channel since day one, you already know. All right. This is where we started. Calling out the bullying, calling out the harassment, calling out the sexual assault, calling out the silence that protects predators and the systems that fail our kids. So today, I'm not reacting. All right. I'm responding because this ain't content. This is community. This is pain. This is protection. This is me speaking as a mother, as a woman, as someone who's tired of watching the same cycle again while folks act like it's just kids being kids. Nah. All right. Some of y'all need to do better with your kids. Point blank, period, like my daughter says, because your child is out here jumping people. Not how can I say, this is not just a bad decision. That's a reflection of what's not being taught at home. Respects, accountability, boundaries. If your child is out here terrorizing other kids, that's not just on them. That's on you as a parent too. All right. And I'm talking to those parents out here that got that I don't give a fuck. I ain't my problem type attitude. Like, come on, man. And I know folks are going to get mad at that. I know folks are going to get mad at that. All right. But I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be real because if we don't start holding each other accountable, we're going to keep burying our kids in trauma. All right. Like, and the crazy part about it is, right? They just say that's how it is. That's just how it is. On some real shit, man. Children are not born violent. They're taught, neglected, or ignored into it. If you don't raise your child, the streets will. And the streets don't. All right. The streets don't love nobody. Accountability is not an attack, all right? It's a form of care. I'm not saying that every parent is perfect. I'm saying we got to stop pretending like parenting ends at birth. It's not just about feeding them, all right? It's about teaching them how to walk through this world without becoming the very harm we say we're protecting them from, all right? And to the schools, all right? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Right? Where's the interventions? Where's the trauma informed care? Where's the protection for the kids who come to learn, not to survive a war zone in the hallway? But shit, we know what it's really about, don't we? Huh? We need more than mental. Lord have mercy, because sometimes it feels like you know what? That's a topic for another day. We need more than metal detectors. All right, we need mentors. We need boundaries. We need adults who actually give a damn. Because when a mother and her children get jumped, that's not just a fight, that's failure. All right. Failure of parenting, of policy, of community. So yeah, I'm fired up. I'm tired of how can I say I'm tired of seeing kids raised on chaos. All right. And parents raised on denial. We can't heal what we can't name. All right. We cannot heal what we won't name. We can't protect what we won't confront. Let's be real about that shit. All right. You don't get to raise a menace and call it misunderstood. If your child is hurting others, they're hurting too. So do the work. Community starts at home, and so does accountability. All right. So let's stop glamorizing dysfunction. Let's stop excusing violence. Let's stop acting like silence is safer than truth. Because I'd rather speak up and lose followers than stay quiet and lose another child to the system, to the streets, to the trauma we keep sweeping under the rug. This ain't just a live. All right. This is a call to action. Fix what's broken before it breaks another family. That's some real shit. Oh shit, we got the madam in the building, yo. We got Sheriff Claire, all right? Make sure y'all go check her. Man, I don't know why am I stuttering like. Let me turn this camera off. It's time to smoke. I need me and Mary Jane need to have a one-on-one. All right, make sure y'all go check out Sheriff Claire Edition Dirt. All right, on she's got a few channels. All right, come get that smoke, dish and dirt uncut. All right, and you can also catch Miss Oates on there from time to time, man. But make sure y'all go check her out. She does a lot of things. All right, she's not just funny as shit. All right, she brings up different topics. All right, different conversations. Lately has been relationships. And I kind of like them little conversations. She be funny as hell. But anyways, back on topic. Make sure y'all go check her. All right, you won't be disappointed. But back to this. All right, check this out.
Now to a CBS exclusive. The mother in this video, who was attacked while protecting her children, is speaking publicly. She and her son were brutally attacked by a group of kids on Monday, and this video has caught the attention of many across the country. Now, that community is stepping in to help move her out of the South Deering neighborhood. She only spoke to our Sade Gray about this horrific attack, and Sade is live in our newsroom with more from this exclusive story.
Well, Marie, Korshonda Hatter says she's still in physical pain after she and her son were brutally attacked with her young daughter just steps away. Her legs are bruised and it's hard for her to walk. But what hurts her the most is her
Got you,
children
Mr.
are still
Oaks.
suffering.
My son is he's very devastated. He'll wake up out of his middle of his sleep screaming. He'll scream, "Mommy, are you there?"
Hatter says her 9-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter are traumatized after watching their mom get attacked by a group of kids. In this video, we've blurred the faces of those involved because they're all minors. We've stopped it after she was dragged to the ground because of how.
Yo, they all minors, but all these little minors out here, all right, acting like little demon childs. Hold on 1 second. Somebody at the door. Let me go check who at the door real quick. Let me. This damn dog.
Brutal it is. Her son was beaten, and she says one of the kids pulled her daughter's hair. Her daughter stood off to the side crying, watching her brother and mother get attacked.
I felt helpless because I was down on the ground and he was down on the ground and he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's sick. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's kind of walking a little slow. And they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
That's her partner, Devon Lee, who was at work when the attack happened. Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks, all of the results of her sickle cell disease. Hatter tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it. Yesterday, a large group of parents came to the school to show their support for the mother and to put an end to bullying. The community immediately stepped in and moved her out of South Deering and into an undisclosed location. Hatter says she's pressing charges against the parents of the kids who attacked her. As for her children, they'll be transferred to a different school, and she's looking to get therapy for them. Reporting in the newsroom, Shorty Gray, CBS News, Chicago. Marie.
Shorty, thank you for that exclusive story.
That shit is wild. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe homeschooling would be best for the kids. Yo, shut up. Pause right there. Don't give me the news. I don't need to know the news. I got that shit right here in front of my computer, all right? Like, look, listen. Let me say this loud and clear, all right? We need justice for that mother and her children. I'm moving the job. I have the mic a little far, all right? Justice for her, we need justice for that mother and her children because what happened wasn't just a fight, all right? It was a failure of parenting, a failure of community, a failure of every adult who saw the signs and stayed silent. See, I'm going to say it like this, right? Some of y'all too busy calling DHS on other parents, trying to weaponize the system like your own house ain't in shambles, right? You got the nerve to judge how someone else raises their kids while your own child is out here jumping a mother and her babies, all right? Wow. Like, listen, where's the home training? Where's the accountability? Where's the damn shame? And don't come online with your, weak "I'm sorry" statements, because that's all I'm seeing lately. All right, give me 1 second, because let me attend my daughter. I apologize, guys. I apologize. I had to tell my daughter real quick, yo. But on some real shit, like, I don't see no home training in a lot of these kids, no accountability within the kids or the parents, all right? And what's crazy is, right, that the parents came online with a weak ass "I'm sorry," all right? Like, you can say sorry 1,000 times, but if you ain't raising your kids, all right, with morals, with empathy, with boundaries, then all you're doing is raising little demons, all right? Like, and dressing them up in uniforms. Let's be real. Those weren't just kids, all right? That was evil in motion. That was months of bullying, months of torment, months of adults ignoring red flags until it exploded into violence. All right. And now the same folks who failed, all right, to step in want to act shocked, want to act, like this came out of nowhere. Nah, I'm tired of that shit, yo. I don't get tired of speaking on that. I'm currently going through it right now with the principal of my daughter's school. Great staff in that school. But the principal and that one counselor, man, boy, I'm telling you, like, sometimes, listen, I'm going to put it like this. Griselda Blanco wants to come out of me sometimes, but I know what's going to happen. Even though I look beautiful in an orange suit, you see, I know the consequences behind me letting, the personality of me that kind of resembles Griselda Blanco. Because for my kids, boy, y'all don't understand. All right? Because somewhere in La La Land, right along with Peter Pan, I don't just got caskets for the predators. All right? Fuck with my child to see. All right? This shit right here was preventable. All right? This was predictable. And this was, how can I say, enabled. You don't get to raise chaos and call it misunderstood. If your child is hurting others, my mic is on? Yeah. If your child is hurting others, all right, it's your job to stop the cycle, not excuse it. All right. Silence is complicity and accountability is love, but motherfuckers don't understand that. All right. I'm tired of seeing good parents targeted while the real problems get protected. I'm tired of watching mothers fight for their kids' safety while other parents sit back and say, not my child. My child ain't do this. Nah, you must be mistaken. Listen, I don't know who you. Bitch, get your child under control. All right? I'm tired of that shit. Even when the proof is right there on video. Let me tell you something. All right? If your child is out here bullying, harassing, or assaulting other kids, how can I say? You are not exempt from responsibility. You are. All right? You are not a bystander. You are a participant. All right? Because parenting don't stop at birth. It don't stop at feeding them. It don't stop at, how can I say, posting cute pictures online. It's about teaching them how to move through this world without becoming a weapon. All right. And to that mother, all right, we see you. We stand with you. You didn't deserve that. Your children didn't deserve that. And the fact that you've been dealing with this for months, for 2 years, fuck months, yo. I keep saying months and I don't even know why. For 2 years, while the system dragged its feet, that's unacceptable. Yo, what is up? Something is keep disconnecting from my damn computer. I don't know what it is. All right, that shit is unacceptable. But you know what gives me hope? All right, the community, the way people are showing up, the way folks are rallying around this family. Because when systems fail, we don't fold, we organize. All right, when the village shows up, healing begins. We protect our own, we raise our own, we hold our own accountable. So, to the parents who are doing the work, thank you. To the ones teaching their kids to apologize and change, thank you. To the ones who step in before it gets this far, thank you. But to the ones raising harm and hiding behind excuses, your time is up, yo. This ain't just about one incident. This is about a culture that's been, how can I say, festering. All right. And we're not letting it slide anymore. Justice for that mother. Justice for those kids. And accountability for every adult who let this happen. All right. Listen, like I said, oh shit, we got the meal ticket in the building, yo. Big shout out to the big bro. All right. Listen, I gotta give this man his props, all right. Shout out to the meal ticket. I don't think he's been going live, yo. I missed the meal ticket. All right. The old meal ticket. All right. I missed the meal ticket, yo. Like shit. Shout out to the meal ticket. Blessings, big bro, man. It's been a minute, yo. Hope you and your family is doing good and everything that you is doing. So stay blessed and keep your head up, big bro. But back on this topic, yo, man, this right here, man, it's heartbreaking.
Rage in South During tonight. A mother and child beaten on the way home from school.
The attack was caught on cell phone video and has sparked demands for immediate action. Casey Cronus is live at Chicago Police Headquarters with the latest. Casey.
That's right. And community members, as you mentioned, they want answers.
They
Now,
messing
Mayor
with me.
Brandon Johnson and other elected officials tonight are condemning
There
the
we go.
attack as well, calling it deeply disturbing. And we need to warn you, it is heartbreaking to watch this video. It happened yesterday, shortly after school dismissal, and we have blurred and frozen the video before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after a 33-year-old mother named Korshonda and her 9-year-old son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. Her young daughter was also there. The terrifying incident unfolded just a couple blocks away from Orville Bright Elementary School, where the boy is a student. Korshonda says they were walking home when a group of kids began following them, then started punching and kicking the mother and son.
They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair. I'm trying to get justice for my son. I'm thankful for everybody that came out here today to support me.
Community members rallied outside the school today with the boys' parents calling for justice. Korshanda says her son has been bullied at Bright and claims the administration isn't doing enough to protect him. We have Chicago Public Schools' response, but first, a local rapper, Lil Zay Osama, is now coming forward to help. He said,
Oh shit, damn, okay. Shout out to him. I don't know who he is. If y'all from Chicago, probably in Chicago knows who he is, because that's supposed to be a local rapper. So shout out to him for stepping up, yo. Because not many people will step up and do things like this. But it seems like this whole community is coming together, all right? And that's what we need more of.
says he wants to fly the mom and son to LA for dinner and Christmas shopping and has a message for other children listening.
It's just something that shouldn't be going on. Kids should be able to go to school and be comfortable walking home from school and at school learning, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids at that age should not be doing things like that, especially to an adult and to their peers that go to school with them. That's crazy. That shouldn't be happening in our community. We got to do better.
A CPS spokesperson tells us in part, we are horrified by the attack on this family, and we are working collaboratively with city departments and agencies to provide support to the victims. CPS is coordinating closely with the mayor's office, CPD, CHA, and other city departments to provide additional support to the family. In his statement, Mayor Brandon Johnson also said that we cannot normalize this type of behavior. There was an increased police presence near the school today. Reporting live outside CPD headquarters, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
CPS in Chicago. Police are investigating after a mother and children were attacked by students.
Community members and parents are outraged as the video was posted to social media. Winnie George is in the newsroom with more on the response. Winnie?
Good morning. Well, several people showed up to Orville Bright Public School Tuesday in support of the mother and her children. They are demanding accountability, saying those involved deserve consequences.
Absolutely, just gut-wrenching. It's appalling.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is frustrated after watching this viral social media video. It's caught the attention of those out of state. A Chicago mom, 33-year-old Korshanda Hatter, and her two children were attacked by students in the South Deering neighborhood near Orville Bright School.
We want to make sure that those individuals who are involved in this brutal attack, that there is accountability. But there's also something very disturbing about children carrying out such a violent act. There's clearly a need for some intervention there as well.
It was here Monday afternoon near 106th and South Bensley. A normal walk from home turned chaotic. At one point, Hatter and her kid ended up on the ground.
They were literally waiting the way we walk home.
Yo, that was a whole bunch of kids. That was a crowd of kids, all right? A whole bunch of bad apples. And I think in one of the videos, all right, from me doing my little research, if I'm not mistaken, I heard some of the kids saying that it was just nothing but the little kids jumping on them, that the big kids wasn't doing nothing. But my thing is, what the hell? Why was the big kids just standing there? Like, what was they, bodyguards or something? Like, yo, listen, man. Parents, y'all need to do better, yo. Like, I don't know what's going on in this world with parents, all right? It's kind of like, I know that a lot of them got, you know, a lot of jobs. Some of them are just fucking lazy, all right? So let's be straight up, you know, out there with it. Some of them are just lazy. But you got to do better, because if your kids are out here doing this, then you as a parent should be held responsible too.
Just to jump all of us.
So now we waiting.
Just to jump all of us. So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there, and then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Hatter and relatives met with school administrators and city leaders Tuesday morning. CBS says they are working with city departments and agencies to provide support to Hatter and her children. But many parents and community members say bullying seems to be an ongoing issue in the community, and the help that's needed is crucial.
It's been an ongoing thing in this community, and the parents don't take accountability for nothing their kids do. If my kids was out here being messy, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna let it be known.
And right now, CBS has not released any consequences the students involved may face. The mayor's office says there will be increased police presence around the school the rest of the week. Here in the newsroom, Winnie Dorch, WGN News.
Winnie.
Oh, that Nick at Night broke this down? I wasn't expecting. No, wait. Oh, Nick at Night got more stuff. See, but I don't want to break down her full video. Let's see, because I got Carlos King in here too. Hold on 1 second. I did not know that Nick broke this video down. But look, listen. All right. Imagine what that boy went through. All right. Every single day walking into that school knowing he was a target. Knowing the same kids, all right, who laughed at his pain would be waiting for him in the hallway, in the lunchroom, all right, in the same silence of adults who saw and did nothing. And now, after months of bullying, they jumped him, all right? They jumped his mother. They tried to break a family, all right, in broad daylight. And we supposed to call that kids being kids? Nah. Listen, that's spiritual warfare in a school uniform. Let's be clear. Those kids need to be expelled, not just suspended, not talked to, expelled. All right. Because safety is not negotiable. All right. And if a school can't protect a mother and her children, all right, that is not a school. All right. It's a battleground. All right. And let's talk about the mother. All right. She's alive, but barely, because when you live with sickle cell, it don't take much to take you out, yo. Real shit. Go do your research. Don't just go by what I'm saying. All right. Stress and trauma. All right. A single blow. And yet she stood in the gap. All right. For her babies. She showed up. She fought back. She survived. Listen. She said that she couldn't really see herself hitting kids. And I understand. I've been in that situation before. All right. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was caught up in a situation where, listen, my baby pops had to break up, a fight between one young boy, right, that he had under his wing. And it was crazy is, right, it was a situation where the young boy was seeing this other this little shorty, right? And she was all up in his face and they were fighting, blah, 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 blah. All right. So we got to, separate them and stuff. And the little shorty just started getting feisty with me. All right. And everybody was expecting me, I guess, to jump her and shit like that. No, man. What I did was I wrestled her to the ground. All right. Because I really don't want to put my hands on her. So I wrestled her ass to the ground like, oh, wait. Then when I got her on the ground, right, all her little friends started coming in. It was like 10 chicks, right? That's when my baby pops, everybody on the block started coming. My baby pops, so his hand, he's tall as shit, all right? So mind you, we all on the ground. And he was just trying to, like kind of move them, shove them to the side. But when he did that, man, I mean, I don't know if he realized, because I think somebody, hit him with a broom, right? In the back, hit him with something in the back, right? To, I guess to get him to move. But when they did that, he swung, man. And listen, that's the first time I seen a motherfucker hit 10 bitches at one. Man, and I was the 10th chick on some real shit. Yo, but shit like that be happening. Like, listen, my whole point with that is, look, that people expect you to beat these kids up. Like, you can if you choose to. Me, I know how to fight. And it's what's funny is that people think that I can't fight, that I can't do this one because of my height, because I'm always quiet, but I speak up when I have to. You see where I'm coming from? People have to learn the hard way. So I understand where this mom came from when she said, all right, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm an adult. Like, she couldn't see herself beating these kids. But and it's crazy because at one point somebody said, but what if it was a gang of kids trying to, jump your ass? Listen, I'll defend myself the best way I can. Push come to shove. Hopefully I don't ever, listen. Because motherfuckers don't understand I'm licensed to carry. Hopefully come to shove that I don't ever have to do that. You see where I'm coming from? That I feel as though I have to defend my life. It's my life or yours. But it's never gone that far. But the way her situation was, it was worse than mine's. All right. And I still definitely understand what she's going through. Like, it's like, damn, you don't ever picture yourself having to put hands on on these little tiny people. But it's like, fuck. All right, fuck it. Let's do this. Let's try to, like, I don't know, try to like pin them down, wrestle them down, see if that works. You see where I'm coming from? But boy, she had a gang, all right. She had a pack of kids. She was surrounded by a pack of kids like if they were a pack of wolves. Right? Some of us are fighting battles you can't see. So don't mistake survival for strength. When a mother stands between harm and her child, all right, that's not drama. That's divine protection. All right. And this lady had a guardian angel on her shoulder. Right. And to the parents of those kids, you should be charged too. Because when you don't discipline your child, all right, you make them our burden. You send them into the world like loaded weapons with no safety, no aim, no consequences, and then you want to cry foul when consequences knock. Let me say this, all right, with my whole chest. Put the belt down if you're just swinging out of anger, all right? But put your foot down when your child is out here causing harm. There's parents out here just beating their kids for no reason because they're mad. But don't do shit when their kids are out here causing chaos. Let's make it make sense. All right. See, the problem is that y'all don't understand that discipline without guidance is abuse. Discipline without guidance is abuse. But no discipline at all, that's neglect. That's cowardness. All right. That's how we end up here again and again and again. All right. If you don't teach your children empathy, the world will teach them. All right. The world will teach them pain. You can't raise a menace and call it misunderstood. Community starts at home, and so does accountability. All right. Chicago, we see you. Y'all showed up. All right. Y'all rallied up. Y'all said not to our, how can I say, not on our watch. All right. And that's how we start fixing the community. All right. Not with hashtags, not with empty apologies, but with action, with protection, with consequences. Because this ain't just about one family. This is about every child who's been bullied, every parent who's been ignored, every community that's been told to wait for justice while the harm keeps happening. All right. So, to the school board, do your job. To the parents of the attackers, do your job. To the community, keep showing up. Give me 1 second. I gotta answer this call. All right. Give me 1 second. I got you, Mr. Oates. My bad, my bad. I had to deal with something real quick. Mr. Oates said the link to the studio is gonna be in community wall, Mr. Oates. All right, and if y'all coming up, please, let's keep it on top. I'm not talking about Mr. Oates. I'm talking about anybody else that wishes to come up. All right. So for right now, I'm just dropping the link for Mr. Oates because I know that he'll talk about what's happening. All right. But like I was telling people, right? Like, to the school board, I feel as though they need to do their job. The parents of the attackers, all right? Like they need to do their job. And to the community, man, they just need to keep showing up because listen, when we protect each other, we don't just survive, we heal. All right. And to that mother and her children, you're not alone. All right. You're not invisible. You're not to blame. All right. Like what's crazy is that in times like this, communities show that they're there, but we need to show that we're there every single day. All right. It don't matter if you're from Chicago or where I'm at in Philadelphia, the HB community. All right, we got you, and we're here. We're not letting it slide. Things like this, man, we talk about it, we bring awareness, all right? We drag it until something is done. All right. Just the same way when people told me, listen, in the beginning, all right, Ray, you're not going to be able to, be able to get these cameras into these schools because it violates us. What bullshit? Watch me do it. And guess what? My daughter's school is going to be one of the schools. All right. And the petition is right there. You got to do is click the link. I don't think you could do it on the portrait mode, but if you're on a laptop and you're able to, get on my live on my channel, you can hit the link. All right. And you'll be able to sign the petition. If you have a zip code, all right, you can sign that petition. You can even start your own petition from whatever city and state that you're in, all right, and we can get more cameras into these schools. We can get more security, deeper backgrounds, all right. The link is right there. Y'all can click on it if you're able to click on it. I know that on portrait mode you really can't click on links, but if you go, on a laptop or to my regular live on the channel, you'll be able to hit the link on that channel. But Mr. Oast, the link is in the community wall if you want to join the live. All right. All right. So let me just say this. All right. Let me tell y'all something. 2 years is what this family has been going through. All right. 2 years too long. Accountability needs to start. All right. Like, listen. 2 years this family endured bullying, harassment, and violence. 2 years of being ignored, dismissed, all right, and gaslit. And now, after all that time, a mother and her children were jumped, and folks want to act surprised. Nah, man, this didn't start, in the streets. This started in the school. This started with adults who saw the signs and did nothing. This started with a system that, took away detention, took away discipline, took away consequences, and gave bullies a free pass, all right, to terrorize. Real shit. Let me see. Carlos King got this video right here. All right. Let me stop the music in the background. Come on, dude. Stop playing with me. Yo. Right? Listen, I got you. I'm going to pay you soon, StreamYard. All right. Next week. Because shit, I got everything invested right now. Fuck that. YouTube ain't paying me right now either. No, we good, man. Shit, we having fun. We chilling. Come on, work with me, all right? Work with me, StreamYard. Now, share my screen. Thank you. Oh, I see you listen. We talk to you nice. All right, so we're going to check out Carlos King. Wait, am I? Yeah, I was going to say, what the fuck just happened? Hold on. Let's switch it. All right, so we're going to watch and we're going to skim through it a little bit.
No strength. You're right. I did not have no strength. But I
All
still.
right. I guess the mom got on an Instagram live after she went to the hospital, and we're going to check that out. All right, so we're going to go in order. This is just part 1 of this live. All right, we're going to do a part 2 this weekend. All right, so we're going to do as much as we can of this live today. We're going to, listen, we diving down this. All right, we're going to talk about it. We're going to give our commentary. All right, we're going to give our opinions. Listen, there's no filters in my mouth. So if at one point I say something that's offensive and somebody feels offended, hey, exit left. All right, because we're not here to babysit no one's ego. Am I in the right John? Yeah, I'm just trying to get this little John over here settled. This mess. There we go. So let's listen to what she got to say.
Tried my best to do what I had to do to push my son away from those kids. It's 3 against 20 kids. Who the fuck is you talking to? And I ain't even, matter of fact, it's 2 against 15 kids. Me and my son. Now, y'all, my daughter. Damn, my daughter is only.
All right, what's up with it, y'all? So look, I'm back again with another video right now. Look, a lot of people been hitting me up asking me to do a video about the situation, asking me my thoughts and opinions, asking me what do I have on this whole situation. And you know, me personally, y'all know if you've been rocking with me, I take my time with certain situations. Really, when it's something that I'm reporting on, because I know it's not like a blogging channel, it's a real.
That's a fact. Shout out to Carlos King. All right, I don't normally skip through his commentary. All right, but I want to get into the video.
My face still wet. It's okay.
Is that the little boy? Oh yeah, that's the little boy.
You're showing your face. You look right here. So you gotta wait.
Yeah, that's messed up. Let me skip a little forward, see if, when she starts talking.
Yeah. I just seen that motherfucking video. I'm just saying you were okay. Your kids up here. It was just like, okay, nitpicking, calling each other out of stuff. I don't even, I don't even got nobody to live to. I don't got friends. I don't trust nobody. Nothing. Yeah. I've been complaining to the same school for 2-3 years now. At first, it was just like, okay, nitpicking, calling each other out of their name and shit. But now we got worse to the fact that the little boy, when they go outside, he up in guns. He's showing guns in his backpack. Like,
Oh shit! So the little young boy was showing pistols. See, this doesn't just fall on the kids. Where did young boy get the pistols? If it wasn't from the parents, it was from an adult somewhere within the community. All right, and if he didn't get it from an adult within the community or the parent, one of the young bulls that he's hanging with got it from an adult or from the parents. All right, whether the parents gave it to them, I don't know. All right, but it could have came from the parents' house or from someone within the community that is of age. All right, to be able to get a weapon. You see where I'm coming from? Like, listen, we're not going to sit here and keep saying, "Oh my God, we know how they get up." These kids get these weapons. It sure as hell ain't from the weapon store. It ain't from the gun shops.
That's how worse it got. And the little boy is only, my son 9. The little boy should be only about 11, 12.
Damn, her son. Listen, my daughter's about to be 9, so her son is around my child's age. That shit crazy. Listen, I give it to this mama. All right, she listened. She defended her kids the best way she could. All right, I want y'all to go do y'all research when it comes to sickle cell disease. All right, and that's what she suffers from. That's why she's in there the way she is. All right, it's a miracle that she's even alive the way they can't. The way they beat on her.
My son is 9, and the little boy that with the and shit, gotta be about 11 or 12. And his brother named Demetrius, he gotta be about in 5th grade. I don't know what it is, what they want to do with my son or whatever. But my son is very friendly. Like he not the type that likes to fight. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. Yeah, he okay. He right here. They just smacked him very hard, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't move my son at the moment because I had my daughter standing in front of me. So it was like, if I move my daughter or move any kind of way, I don't know what these kids trying to do. So they get out of school. They get out of school at 2:45. Boom. Okay, cool. My kids asked me, could they go to, could we go and get, nachos? Can we go and get nachos and shit? So we went and got nachos. That's what we were going to get. Now, mind y'all, everybody just got out of school. Now, I was walking on my way to go get my kids to go pick them up from school. So but mind y'all though, let's rewind it back. Rewind it back to this morning when I went up to the school and told the school about the police report that I already had about everything. Let's rewind that back to the morning. The morning of the school when they start school. Let's rewind that back all the way back. Okay. This morning I was at the school. Okay. I stayed at that school for about 10:30 talking to, because every time I come, all of a sudden principals and people are in meetings. Y'all can't be in meetings every time I come. Every time I get there, y'all in some type of meeting. Okay, so I'm like, I'm not leaving until I talk to somebody. This is serious. This is serious this time. This is very serious this time, because they were out last night trying to bully my son.
Y'all know what's crazy? That these principals and sometimes the counselors, right, don't care until it's their child, right, in a situation that the other child was in. Like, we're living in an era where the victims get punished, right, and the bullies get protected, where zero tolerance means zero accountability, where schools care more about optics than outcomes. And listen, I told my daughter at school just the other day, y'all better fix the situation that that my daughter's going through right now with y'all, because these kids are wilding, right? And the ones causing harm. They're never held accountable. Like, listen, you don't build character by avoiding consequences. Discipline isn't cruelty, it's protection. If schools won't protect our kids, communities will. Real shit.
We came back from the store. Mind y'all, the little boy that bullies my son, he don't get all rowdy and this and that until all his friends is around, okay? Until all his friends is around, until his little brother, pump him up or whatever. That's the time they get rowdy. Okay? So I'm walking, okay. I'm just gonna start from last night, y'all. It's just been so much shit, and I don't even do shit. I stay to myself and my kids. That's it. That's all.
And that's what she should be doing. Like, listen, I'm not understanding. All right, like a lot of these parents out here, all right, they want to call themselves parents while they so busy out here trying to tell other parents how to parent. All right, they, their whole life is in shambles. All right, their kids are out here beating up elderly, beating up mothers and their children, beating up cats and dogs. Shit, they need to be tied up next to the animals in the zoos. But on real shit, man, this is something that's happening on a daily within our communities, and people don't realize that. They don't see it. All right, this is not just an isolated case. What happened to this woman happens to countless of women. All right, single women. Sometimes, women in relationships, their partner could be working. You see where I'm coming from? Busy at the moment. They're walking with their kids, and now their partner is in an orange suit because now they had to not just defend their wife, but or their fiance, but their kids. All right, things like this happen within our communities, and they don't get talked about. Nobody stands up. Nobody speaks up. And that's the wild part about this.
Oh, so I've been last night. I went and took my son to the store to.
This John really want to sit here and slag on me, man. But what up, though? Make sure y'all go check out the word. All right, great conversations, great topics. So listen, and he'll break down a lot of things. Any question that you got for him, all right? Like if you was in kindergarten, different conversations, different topics. All right, listen, he really into that philosophy. He can really break it down for y'all. So make sure y'all go check them out.
It says audio broadcast and finished the last stream started.
Let's go on a little more.
I wasn't worried about nothing else but my son and my daughter. What are my kids? It's about 20 kids. Them that 5th grade all the way up until 8th grade. What is an 8th grader doing trying to swing on my son? What type of shit is that? I'll cry. I remember these coming. We can. Who is judging her? We trying to figure out why she the only one who could defend her kids and his grandma's aunties, because etc. You right, Pam Pam. I am the only one defending my kids because I was there at the time. I was there. I go pick up my kids. I go and pick up my kids from school. I do all of that myself. I don't need no help. I don't need none of that, okay? You lay up. If you lay up and have sex and you know what you're getting yourself into and you have kids, you have to take care of those kids. I don't know about y'all, but I'm taking care of mine. Come in, whoever. It's not about them. Get in here and close the door. Baby. What,
You're not wrong, and that's the crazy part, right? She's speaking facts right there, right? She decided to have these kids, so she had to take accountability. She had to woman up and do what she had to do as a woman, as a mother for these kids, and that's what she's doing. All right. Listen, y'all gotta realize some people sometimes, and she said it in the beginning of the video, she has nobody. So I've been in her shoes. You see where I'm coming from? People are like, but what about your family? I don't know them. My mom has a big family. You see where I'm coming from? My cousins are not here with me. The ones that I fucks with, the ones I get along with, they out of state. So I get exactly where she's coming from. All right. And people, I don't know what it is. It's like they want to deflect their life on. Listen, we don't all live the same life. You may have a big family and talk to your family and like beef. And listen, some of us don't. We like to keep our peace. So some of us know how our parents' family is and we keep our distance. What's the point of going to them, right? If going to them is going to make your life even worse. So you manage with what you got. You make it work. All right. It's like I tell people, right? I brought my kids into this world. All right. When their dad passed away, I didn't really take help because it's like a lot of the help that people wanted to give me, all right, came with something behind it. And I seen it. So I understand her. So when people be like, oh, what about the dad? What about this? What about the dad? Especially when there's a mom that says, I got this. I don't need him for whatever the reason is. Now it's all on her. Yes, a lot of dads are needed in the households, but I'm getting tired. Like, is the dad really always a deadbeat because he's not there? What if he's deceased? What if he's in jail? What if he's in a coma? And she has to do all this by herself. You see where I'm coming from? You can't. Well, listen, we live in an era where you can't just trust your kids with anybody. All right, and we are going to do a part two to pick up where we live off from this, and the link is down below for anybody that wishes to come up and have a conversation with a shorty and give their input. All right. Mr. O's asked for it. I did leave it, but I'm not gonna let just anybody up on this John. All right, I'm letting that shit known for right now. And if what I say, all right, if what my guests say or anybody in the chat says offends you, hey, look, listen, it's not that hard to exit left. All right, make sure the doorknob doesn't hit you, with a good Lord split you.
Baby, y'all, I wish she stopped fucking calling me. This is my oldest, and this is the baby. What baby are y'all talking about? I don't have a baby in my belly. I don't. See, guys, see. But the thing is, this ain't about none of that, though. This ain't about none of that. Listen, the little kids, the little boys, I don't know if they're gay or I want my son. I don't know what it is. But they've been bullying my son for 2 years now. Okay?
Yo, I give it to her. She said, I don't know if they hopping on rainbows or what, if they want my son, but I keep trying to tell y'all, these little boys in these schools, all right? I did a live the other day, not so long ago, all right? Some of these little boys act worse than the little girls, all right? Like I said, I had to go and check. Well, actually, my baby pops did. I checked the principal through the phone while my baby pops went in person, all right? I'm not going to sit here and lie. 'Cause listen, I was doing something and I had to do the conference through the phone. Right? Why is it that my child's the only one in this office while the bully, because she got caught hitting them back? Okay, so out of all the staff inside, listen, I'm not saying that they're bad staff. It says, listen, the staff in the cafeteria, some of them is young. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but they said the counselors were there. All right. So if the counselors were there, what was the counselors doing that they missed the young boy, saying all that stuff to my daughter, all right, lifting his hand up, threatening my daughter, then my daughter said, fuck it, I'm gonna punch him before he hits me. So I had to go over there. Oh, so she's in the office and he's not? You see where I'm coming from? Like the little young boy got up with like 5 other kids, or so. It was a group of kids. So my daughter said, fuck this shit, I'm gonna defend myself. Like, what's the point? Like, you know how many times we've been to the office? And like I told my baby boss, this is why I want to homeschool her, but he wants to he wants her in school. All right. Maybe later on the line he said homeschool her. But it's kind of like, yo, these schools is out of pocket. All right. Private schools cost an arm and a fucking leg. All right. But I'm not going to sit here and lie. I had my son in it. All right. The principals in there with the PhDs and all that, they know better than these public schools. All right. And I'm telling y'all from experience, homeschools is the best. But the problem is that, like, so look, listen, sometimes I get caught up and I got to, work and I got to step out real quick. So my son, he's 16. He takes advantage, right? He'll go to class late, right? When I'm home, he's on point. But when I got things to do and I'm caught up sometimes certain days, boy, I be on his top because I'm like, yo, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and reward you, and you're gonna be late. The laptop's right there. It's not like you got to get dressed, go to school. So it's kind of like, I love the fact that his online teachers work with me. All right. I have to deal with a lot of absences because he be late to these classes, and then I have to like try to correct them, but it's kind of like, all right, his attitude, his behavior has changed. My son is more respectful. All right, he listens more. The talking back has stopped. When he was in school, he was starting to catch an attitude. He wanted to be more on games and stuff like that. Now he's on the games, but he puts a limit to it. He plays the sports more. He loves sports. You see where I'm coming from? But it's a big difference on me having him homeschool, being there, raising him, helping him, teaching him right there hands on, than having him in a public school where, you got to be there every day because of the bullshit that's happening within these schools. All right. And then let's not talk about that. They don't get funded unless they teach the curriculum that they're told to teach, whether the parent likes it or not. All right. Half these parents don't even know what these kids are being taught. But, that's just my opinion.
I done talked to experience. I done did everything. I done talked to the school. I done did everything. Now, today, last night, that's when you would now. When me and my kids was coming back from the store, it always got to be like that. We come back from the store. I'm taking my kids back. Took my kids to the store because they said they wanted some chips and cheese. Cool. We finna go walk to the store and get some chips and cheese or whatever. And soon as we come back from the store, y'all, it's about the same kids that was out there in that video. If y'all seen the video, it was the same kids out there last night in that video. If y'all seen the video that surfacing around of me and my kids, those was the same kids from last night. Okay, I don't know what the fuck they mother do to let them be outside all day long and night. I don't know. I don't know what the parents are doing. They let their kids be outside when it's dark and late. The parent, I know, one time before, the little 13-year-old girl that y'all seen in the video earlier, she smoked weed. And I'm like,
oh shit.
What the? Okay, but anyway, yeah.
She was shocked at the 13-year. Listen, I see plenty of kids. I think I was on a live once when I was showing it to somebody, right? And this was a few months back. The little young boy, he was no older than 11, 12, 13 years old, right? Walking around the corner with his friends, and he smoking. And I was like, damn, you gotta be fucking kidding. I mean, it didn't shock me, but I'm saying like, damn. Ain't no point in saying nothing because all they gonna do is get mad. You see where I'm coming from? But this is something that's happening within our communities, but we don't know about it. We want to know why, because when people come online, they're more worried about the celebrity gossip than anything. Like if we don't get entertained by watching it already, but now we got to sit here and encourage it even more and pretend like hey, the way Krishan and Blueface live is the way we got to live our lives. The way Clarissa raised Blueface is the way mothers really are, and that's not true. But let me attend my daughter real quick.
It got to be something wrong with the mothers and the fathers, because how are you letting your 13-year-old smoke? And you cannot say you do not allow it, because like when we moved over there, bro, the little girl asked me. I mean, I didn't know she was a little girl. I thought she was at least 18. I didn't know she was 13, but I thought she was at least 18. And she asked me,
Damn, all right. So she was 12 or 13, and she thought she was 18. She must have looked at older. I gotta look at the video again. I don't think none of them kids looked at older than what they were. Yeah, they all looked at like they was young. Not one kid looked at like they was older than. I don't know. None of them kids looked at like they were older than 13. Real shit.
could I get her a wood from the corner store? Okay, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thinking she just don't feel like walking up there or something. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I bring one. And I brought it. So I was saying, it's a 13-year-old. I'm like, what? And how I found out she was 13 was yesterday. Actually, when I was at the store and I seen her mother in the store. I seen her mother in the store, and her mother asked me, could she get could she get a few dollars,
What?
A few dollars. She was trying to get her kids something to eat. Well,
Hold the fuck up. Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. So the mom, hold up. The mom was asking her for $2 to get her kids something to eat. The daughter had asked her for a sweet with a few days before that, and she thought she was a teenager. The day that she got jumped was when she found out that the girl was 13 years old. God damn, these 13 years old. You have my phone? Or looking older than what they're supposed to be looking. Jesus Christ. Even a woman must. Yo, listen, I don't know, but I could tell when. Nah. Now, there's some grown ass women that look like they're young, but that's in the face. But the way they walk, I mean, listen, you know what? Oh, we're in a whole different era now. So, you know what? This shit. My baby pops have talked to me about this before. Like, this shit is crazy. But still, man, I could tell the difference between a 13-year-old and an 18-year-old. How can not some people can't tell? Am I tripping, Taco? Like, I'm gonna always question that. How can't you not tell the difference between a 13-year-old and an 18-year-old?
All right. They talking about in the physical aspect, which I still don't understand. But at the end of the day, they all under 21. So don't fucking look, period. That's my whole thing.
It's not even about.
You don't have to know whether it's 18, 13, or not. Even with kids in school. If anybody's still in high school or middle school, they're fucking minor. Plain and simple. There's no way around it.
Real shit. Which card?
Well, I gave it to her. Okay. Y'all, I'm not that type of mean person. I'm not like that at all. I don't try to harm nobody. I'm not like that at all. I'm not like that at all. Ever since I had kids, a lot of shit changed about me. A lot of shit changed about me. But I'm not. If somebody in a store and saying they need this for their child, just Jaya Mac. I'm good. But they study on here like some kids put me in a hospital or some shit. Mommy, I gotta use it. Okay.
That shit is wild, man. That just shows you the irresponsibility of some parents out here, all right? Like blaming, all right, and inflicting pain onto others. But like I was saying, right? Like, listen, I'm not gonna sit here, right, and lie. Like the way she just described the mom, right? DHS need to get involved. It's crazy how DHS is involved in the lives of single moms and single dads out here that are doing their best. All right, you know, trying to work, depending from the welfare system and programs to get into jobs again, to get their job again for whatever the reason it was that they lost it. But when it comes to these kids out here that are wilding, you're not noticing that the majority of them, all right, and yes, I said the majority of them, all right, because there's a few parents out here. I'm not gonna say you're a lie, all right. A few parents out here that, how can I say, co-parent, do good, all right, but they're just so busy, all right, and it's a way of neglect, all right, because you have to find the time, all right, to pay attention to your kids, show them that you care, all right, because if not, you're gonna lose them to the influence of these streets faster, all right, than anything. Kind of like basically throwing them out to the wolves. All right. And it's not that the parents are bad. All right. So let me just throw that out there just in case. All right. But there's a lot of parents out here that just don't give a fuck. that that it is what it is. I don't care right now. I'm busy. I'm doing, but y'all really just either going to parties, at home doing shit, probably collecting a check. You see where I'm coming from? Like this mom, the way she just described one of the moms. All right, the mom was asking her for $2, but shit, you have to be able to differentiate. All right, what a 13-year-old and an 18-year-old look like. Regardless of anything, I wouldn't sit here and buy an 18-year-old fucking Sweetwood. For what? You get caught, there's consequences behind that shit. But you know what? Blessings, atmosphere God. How you doing today? Blessings. Welcome to the live. Welcome to Philly, baby.
You gotta wait till the nurse come here. The blue girl go check you.
Oh, up a little
Thank
bit.
you, Cuddy.
I think she's reading some comments.
Because I believe they stumped my leg so hard. I don't know. Before anything, but no, I came to the hospital after the fact that I realized my leg was hurting so bad, like I couldn't get up and like stand. Because I believe they stumped my leg so hard. I don't know. Because I'm trying to get my son, Let me read y'all comments. You're so beautiful and it's so to you from Misha Griffin. Hope the baby died. Yo, where is the blood? Look, she's not crutches. She's not pregnant. Girl, go get your ass on them crutches. And we at the school. She's just fat. I don't have You funny. Look, guys. I don't need no crutches, gang. I have sickle cell anemia. Y'all gotta Google.
She right. People gotta do their research. People listen, even people online are judging. Like she ain't get enough with the bullying. Like, come on, man. Like this shit is crazy. People online are worse than the people within the community that do bullying.
Research. My bones are not broken. Nothing is, what is it called? Bro. Oh my God. You was protecting your son. I love that. Sorry, mama. Yes, I was protecting my kids. Yes, I do have 2 kids. Nah, but people was going around saying that I was pregnant too. And that and they said that they hoped that I didn't lose the baby from some little ass kids, The baby said she's not pregnant. She says fat. Yeah. Basically. Nah.
See, that happens because people got nothing else to do, nothing better to do than to sit here and create narratives on someone else's, life. Half the people that are on there, John, criticizing and talking shit, ain't got their life together, but want to sit here and bash this woman. Get the fuck out my face, yo.
I'm not just fat. It's what's that called? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to read y'all comments. Okay. I really have to do it. What you call grandma? They was where at the school. I have the tray. Oh, the full blown thing, because that's horrible. It's horrible. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. That's terrible. Okay, y'all. I don't know why this camera so zoomed in on me. Somebody already knew it. But yeah, I've been sick for 5 weeks. But I was just telling y'all, I just wanted to get online because people spreading rumors saying that me and my kids got beat up by some kids at a school. No, that did not happen. It's the same bully ass kids. That's it. That's all, y'all. It's the same bully kids. It's the same bullying kids, y'all.
She didn't get beat up in the school. She got beat up outside of the school. But the whole situation stemmed from the little kids that were bullying her son in the school. So the school should also be held accountable because if this parent was complaining more than once to the school, why hasn't the school done anything with the bullies? Why hasn't the issue been resolved? Come on, let's make it make sense.
That's been bullying my kids for 2 years now, but this time they took it far. Okay, they took it far to the fact that gee, it was the time I offered these kids is it anything y'all need? Is y'all mama not give y'all something or something? What's going on at home? I will help y'all. Why y'all so angry? Why y'all so upset? Why do you have to bully kids? Do you know it's kids out here that themselves for bullying? For motherfuckers bullying them daily? But not mine. Not mine. It's not mine. You will never get in my kids' head for them to try to themselves. Y'all need to stop the bullying.
That's a fact, but guess what? There's a trauma that there's something going on within the home or within the community, all right? And these kids are deflecting onto the other kids, right? And boy, I'm telling you, like something got to get done. A lot of these little boys are worse than little girls, gossiping all day. When something don't go right, they catch a whole big ass temper tantrum. All right, then they want to start beating up. You got these little boys even comparing themselves to the little girls in these schools. Why? I don't know. They're little boys. They should be having fun playing basketball, doing what they do. But instead, they're in competition with the little girls. I don't know what they seeing. All right, what they're enduring within the house or within the community, but something's happening that they're in. Within the schools and within the community, they're out here acting like a menace to society. All right, but what's the problem? Only the parent, could sit here and help them with that situation. But if the parent is not there, the parent don't discipline. Listen. Whew, let's listen to a little bit more of what she says, and then if y'all want to, y'all can go check this video out on Carlos King. All right, we're already we skimmed a little bit through it, but we're 33 minutes into this video, but this is not my video. All right, I've given some commentary. Listen, I would love to hear what y'all got to say. So, for those of y'all that catch the replay, y'all can leave y'all comments down below. Let's get the discussion started.
Stop it. I even asked the kids, the ones that bully my son, I asked them, is y'all okay? What's going on at home?
Something's going on
what
at
y'all
home.
need? Your parents telling you what? What is going on? You don't have what's going on? If you at home by yourself, get in here now. Look at my daughter thinking she could go out this door by herself.
Something's going on.
What she say?
But if I'm not mistaken, I think CPS and DHS has been called. I'm not sure. Let me see. I gotta check because I know that I've seen a video like that. I think CPS has been called. I'm not sure what else. Let me get the video first.
Yeah, I be asking the kids, like, do y'all need something at home? Like, are y'all hungry? Or what's going on to make you bully another child that's not doing anything to you? Now I see if he was doing something to you. Cause my son is bad as hell. But he ain't that much bad to the fact that he would want to put his hands on somebody. He's not. He's not. And he's not a bully. He's not a bully. Like, what's going on? Y'all need psychiatrists in these
Oh, here we
schools.
go.
Y'all need somebody to talk to. Do y'all need somebody to vent to? I swear I will talk to y'all. I will give y'all whatever y'all need. What's wrong? Like, what's the problem? I mean, my son. I spoil my son, but I would understand why. But why y'all bully him? Because look at y'all and look at him. Y'all, please don't watch the video. Y'all can tell who kids really need that. Y'all can tell who kids really need that, and it's not mine. Well, y'all really did these kids or not? And he's like, kids or not? Trying my baby, I'm putting that belt down. Yeah, you're right, Damon, but fifth, it was at least 18 kids, at least 20, 15 to 20 kids, right? I guess my one son. My one son and me, we're walking home. No, we was gonna walk to the store. We was gonna walk to go get us some chips and cheese. What we do daily, okay? We was gonna go walk and get us some chips and cheese daily. We do that every day, okay? We do that every day. I don't know about them. I guess they mad because they can't get no chips and cheese or whatever. But yeah. We was walking to the store. I was going to go get my kids. How was your son doing? He right up. He's great. He sleep. He sleep. You see his face red a little bit, but that's because they hit him right there. But my son is great, and my daughter is great. It's me. Me, y'all. It's me. I'm the one that had to be in the hospital. I'm the one that had to be in the hospital. I told y'all on my story that I was sick for 5 weeks. I still am. Still am. I'm still sick. I have sickle cell anemia. I was walking to go and get my kids from school. Okay. What their mom was at. Right, exactly what I said.
Yo, sickle cell anemia ain't no joke, all right? But I found the video I was looking for. So let me stop that right there real quick, all right? Listen, that is not no joke. Listen, let's be clear, all right? The parents and the kids need to be charged, all right? Not just for justice, but to make an example. Because when you let this slide, you tell every bully that violence is a strategy, all right? You tell every victim that silence is survival. And you tell every parent that their child's safety is optional. We're not doing that, all right? We're not letting this go. We're not letting schools hide behind, how can I say, policies while families get broken in real time. And to the parents, to the parents of those attackers, you're not innocent. You're not exempt. You are not shocked. Because when you don't raise your child with boundaries, you raise them with entitlement. All right. And let me put it like this. And when you And when you don't teach them empathy, you teach them violence. And that's what's happening right here. All right. Let me share the screen. All right. Make sure. All right, here we go. Let me see. So this is a video. It says CPS. Mayor CPS respond to viral video. All right.
Yes, in Chicago, police are investigating after a mother and children were attacked by students.
Community members and parents are outraged as the video was posted to social media. Winnie George is in the newsroom with more on the response. Winnie?
Good morning. Well, several people showed up to Orville Bright Public School Tuesday in support of the mother and her children. They are demanding accountability, saying those involved deserve consequences.
Absolutely, just gut-wrenching. It's appalling.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is frustrated after watching this viral social media video. It's caught the attention of those out of state. A Chicago mom, 33-year-old Corshonda Hatter, and her 2 children were attacked by students in the South Deering neighborhood near Orville Bright School.
We want to make sure that those individuals who are involved in this brutal attack, that there's accountability. But there's also something very disturbing about children carrying out such a violent act. There's clearly a need for some intervention there as well.
It was here Monday afternoon near 106th and South Bensley. A normal walk from home turned chaotic. At one point, Hatter and her kid ended up on the ground.
They were literally waiting the way we walk home just to jump all of us.
So now we waiting.
Just to jump all of us. So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there. And then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Hatter and relatives met with school administrators and city leaders Tuesday morning. CBS says they are working with city departments and agencies to provide support to Hatter and her children. But many parents and community members say bullying seems to be an ongoing issue in the community, and the help that's needed is crucial.
It's been an ongoing thing in this community, and the parents don't take accountability for nothing their kids do. If my kids was out here being messy, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna let it be known.
And right now, CBS has not released any consequences the students involved may face. The mayor's office says there will be increased police presence around the school the rest of the week. Here in the newsroom, Winnie George, WGN News.
Winnie. Shouldn't there already be police officers there? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But listen, let me just say this, all right? The absence of discipline, let me put it like this. The absence of discipline is not love, all right? It's neglect. If your child is hurting others, you are part of the problem. Accountability starts at home, and it doesn't, all right? And if it doesn't, my bad. And if it doesn't, the system will step in. This mother should not have had to fight for 2 years. She should have not had to survive an attack to finally be heard. And those kids, they better be thankful. They better be thankful that she's alive. All right. Because when you live with sickle cell, one hit, one trauma, one moment can be fatal. And yet the school, I got the school in my head, man. Make sure y'all sign the petition down below, all right, for shorty. All right, let's get these cameras. Let's get more security into these schools. All right, let's get deeper backgrounds in these schools and much more. All right, look, listen. No matter how you look at it, right? Them beating on this mom could have been very fatal, all right? Like, and yet she stood, all right, in the gap. She protected her babies. She showed up when the school didn't. So now we demand more. We demand changes, all right? We demand charges. We demand, how can I say, explosions. We demand accountability from every adult who let this happen, because this ain't just one incident. It's about culture, all right? It's about a culture of cowardness. And we're done being quiet. All right. Justice delayed is justice denied, but justice demanded is justice defined. All right. Protecting children is not optional, it's inherited responsibility. If the school won't act, the community will. Real shit. So while I get this next video ready, let me just put this on for y'all real quick. All right. I'm not sure who's live right now, but I know I'll see them when I end this live. Hopefully, man, somebody as funny as shit is live when I get off this live.
Yeah, we living in a world where the rules don't apply. They say we gotta follow, but we ready to fly. System got us boxed in, trying to keep us small, but we rise like the phoenix. We ain't scared to brawl. They feeding us lies, but we see through the smoke. We're the voice of the people, we're ready to provoke. They want us to divide, but we're stronger as one. Breaking chains, taking names, yeah, we getting it done. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. Fist in the air, yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. In the world of division, they showed us how to share, but the weight of our sorrow, they never taught us to bear. We split our joys and laughter, but the pain remain untold. A burden we carry alone, a story left untold. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pieces. Trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. We learned to divide our dreams and multiply our fears, but the ache in our hearts only grew with passing years. They gave us all the answers, except how to heal. The scars that run so deep, wounds that time can't seal. Yeah, they taught us how to share, but only the good. Smiles and laughter like we understood, but deep down inside, there's a storm we hide. Pain in our hearts, we're just trying to ride. Put on a mask, yeah, we play the part, but nobody sees the cracks in the hearts. We share our dreams, the highs and the lows, but when it comes to hurt, we just close the doors. We share the fun times, deflect the pain, laughing in the sunshine, dancing in the rain. But the shadows linger, they creep and they crawl, breaking us down, but we don't share at all. We got hate in our hearts, but we get concealed. Taught to share the joy, but wounds, they stay unhealed. They say love was easy to divide, but the heartache never subsides. We tried to split everything into two, but the pain lingers strong and true. Shared our dreams, divided our fears, but the sorrow remained through the years. No matter how we tried to let go, the weight of our suffering continued to grow. Now we're apart trying to heal, but some wounds are too deep to conceal. They said splitting up will set us free, yet the pain lingers in you and me. In a world where rules are set in stone, the system's grip tightens, we're not alone. Bound by chains of majestic greed, against the odds we fight to be free. Mighty forces try to keep us down, but our spirits rise, refusing to drown. Defying norms, breaking through the mold. In this battle of wills, our story is told. As the clash continues day by day, we stand united, come what may. For in this world where rules don't apply, our strength and unity will never die. They tried to silence our dreams, but we're loud and clear. With every step forward, conquering fear. They can't hold us back. We're the fire and the flame in this battle for freedom. We're all in the game. They say it's just a game, but we're playing for keeps. With the strength of the many, we're shattered elites. No more puppets on strings, we're cutting the ties. With our eyes on the prize, we're reaching for the skies. So let's stand together, let's break down the walls. In this fight for our future, we'll answer the calls. From the ashes, we'll rise like a storm. Riders ignite, it's us versus the system, and we're ready to fight. They building walls, but we're digging tunnels. With every step we take, we're shaking the bundles. From the streets to the courts, we're raising our voice. In a world full of noise, we're making the choice. They want to keep us blind, but we see the light. Knowledge is power, and we're ready to fight. From the corners of the city to the walls of the state, where the heartbeat of the struggle can't afford to wait. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. It's in the air, yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. Now we stand here broken, searching for some light, hoping for a way out of this never-ending night. But through it all, we find strength in each other's embrace. Together we'll face tomorrow and find solace in this space. They say don't bring the drama, keep it all light. But every night I'm fighting these demons in sight. Whispers in my Mind, yeah, they echo and they shout. While I'm smiling on the surface, I'm breaking without. We're sharing the laughter, but what's underneath? A battlefield of sorrow, a war with no peace. We're warriors in silence, but nobody knows how the pain that we carry just grows and it grows. In a world of lessons learned, they taught us how to stand and burn. But the scars we hide deep inside are the ones that never subside. We followed all the rules they made, but the emptiness never fades. Their wounds like knives, cutting through, leaving wounds that always grew. They painted pictures of success, but couldn't fix what's left from us. Now we're left to bear the strain of the pain that lingers, never wanes. It's us versus the system. We're breaking the mold. That's in the air. Yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise. Let them know we're here. Riders ignite. So remember this moment. Remember this face. Remember this sound. We're the voice of the future, and we won't back down. In the face of oppression, we'll stand up tall. It's us versus the system, and united.
I don't get tired of telling people that. Shout out, blessings, and I appreciate. Thank you to, I hope I'm saying your name, Gaya the Sage. Thank you so much. I appreciate the comment, man. I appreciate that, man. Like, not a lot of people understand the lyrical poetries. Yo, people are used to rap and stuff like that. I have a lot of people that be like, this is not rap. This is lyrical poetry, and I appreciate that, yo. Real shit. But listen, all right, let's get into it. I'm about to damn, I got the video, but I didn't put it into the screen, did I? Nope, no, I didn't. Look at me, see, messing up already. Get it together. All right, and this is another video by Carlos King. All right, shout out to him. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. All right, check him out. Great conversations. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go. Okay, there we go. We got the video up here. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Because what happened to that mother and her children, that was evil. That was trauma. That was 2 years of warnings ignored, 2 years of bullying swept under the rug, 2 years of, how can I say, 2 years of school system playing blind into the violence spilled into the streets. All right. And it's not the first time it has happened, like I said earlier. All right. And now folks want to act brand new. Like this came out of nowhere. Nah. All right. This was really preventable if the school would have did what they had to do. All right. This was a failure. All right. Of the kids' parents too. A failure of policy. All right. A failure of every adult who chose comfort over confrontation. All right. Let me say this loud. If you allow your child to assault an adult, don't be surprised when consequences come knocking. Because the same way you fail to discipline them at home, the system will discipline them in court. And that's not a threat. That is a fact. All right? You can't raise chaos and expect peace. If you won't correct your child, the world will. All right? And the world ain't gentle. Accountability is not punishment. All right? It's protecting. Why am I saying this? This is why.
Okay, so this is an update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece and take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Anyone that decides to say anything, please keep it respectful. This is a child. This child was not respectful when she was, and she don't even look 18. You could tell that she was out there acting grown, right? She wanted to sit here and challenge a mother. And what's crazy is she was bullying a 9-year-old kid. And she's 13 years old. And she's a big 13. But she sure as hell don't look 18. If anything, I would have thought 14, 15. She's a big 13. But she don't look like she 18. She definitely don't look like it. All right. we're not gonna sit here and sugarcoat this shit, man. Accountability is what's needed. But let's see what the child got to say.
All right, what's up with y'all? So look, I'm back again with another video about the situation that took place with the mother being jumped by the children in Chicago. Now, this situation right here has been viral. It's been all over the place, and I'm a little bit behind on posting things about it, but it's not a race. I'm not trying to be the first one to post it.
Man, you good though, man. You good. Shout out to Carlos King. All right. I don't want to skip his commentary. Normally I don't. All right. But what we want to do is get to the meat and potatoes. All right. We want to hear what what the kids are saying. All right. So he's got this video. I know Lovely T got some more videos. All right. I didn't even know Lovely T touched on this until earlier that we ended one of the videos. But let's hear what the child has to say. All right. Shout out to Carlos King. Let me steal your video real quick. All right. Because listen, I don't be on Facebook as much. I don't be on Instagram as much. All right. I'm not sure. This looks like it could be Instagram because of the little emojis, the way they are. Yeah, because I don't think this is TikTok. So this is probably Instagram. If it's not Instagram, it's probably Facebook where they got it from. So I appreciate Carlos King for putting this out here for us to be able to give commentary on this. All right. And I appreciate those, all right, that send the DMs, all right, to my Instagram, and I'm able to see these videos. All right, because I listen, and I wanted to hold on so that we could watch it together. And here we is today. And I appreciate those that are leaving comments, that are conversing with a shorty right now, giving their thoughts and opinions. All right. Because listen, this is how we reclaim what we think we have lost. All right. By talking, we are consistent with it. We don't let it slide. All right. We give our opinions. We put solutions on the table. All right. To try to prevent what's happening now in the future. We have to figure out which of these solutions is best fit to work. As parents, we can change policies if we make it to town hall. But a lot of people don't know that because a lot of people don't want to do their research. Like, I've had a lot of people get mad at me like, oh, that shit ain't gonna do nothing. Yes, it does. A lot of parents have been able to change policies. How do y'all think that they are changing the Child Reasonable Act right now? The law's been in place. You see where I'm coming from? But parents have gotten together, right? And they've been able to, put policies in place, for these laws so that certain shit don't happen in certain places. Like right now, that mom that fought hard because DHS charged her with neglect because she left her 13-year-old, watching the kid while she went and made a run. If she thought that her child was responsible, that was okay. But if her child wasn't responsible and she knew it, then that's not where that right there, that's where the issue is at. But it seems like, it's not her first time doing it, right? She felt as though her child was responsible and she needed the help. All right, that's not neglect, that's survival. And abuse, all right, because she got charged for abuse too. All right, abuse is when you're sitting here harming your child. And this is why I say DHS needs to get better trained. They're supposed to be trained for this shit to be able to tell the behavior of a parent that's abusive and not. But apparently, these motherfuckers can't tell the difference. All right?
She gonna go online.
Let's see if people click in. It's actually okay if they don't click in, okay? Oh.
So is this one of the moms?
Okay. It's okay. Okay, so this is.
We got Gary Busted Down Brown in the building, yo. Big shout out. Blessings to my OG guys. Make sure y'all go check out Gary Busted Down Brown. All right. Great conversations, great topics. Go check him out on his sports channel if you're into sports. All right. Listen, both channels is down below. If you type down hashtag Gary Sleeps, you'll get the link to his sports channel. And I forgot how you get. Listen, we'll get into it. But listen, if you into sports, put exclamation Gary Sleeps, and you'll get the link to his sports channel. Okay, guys. I gotta look up to see what is the exclamation what, so that you can get his main channel. But let's get back on this and let's see what the kid has to say. All right, because this shit is wild. Look, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. All right, you can't raise chaos and expect peace. If you won't correct your child, the world will. All right. And the world ain't gentle, like I said earlier. All right. I'm repeating what I said earlier. Accountability is not punishment. All right. It's protection.
This is an update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bike School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece and take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is a child.
Okay. My name is Kamira Grant, and I was wrong.
People laughing, boy. Y'all hell, boy.
It's okay.
He got to be
It's
on
alright. It's gonna take a
Instagram.
little time.
Did he get?
And I was just being a follower, following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize for everything
I don't think
because
that little girl wanted to really apologize.
I wouldn't want to be in this situation. And I feel bad because
it's okay.
I gotta go through so much.
Yeah.
I wish I would never did what I did.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit people think
Is she crying or is she faking it?
somebody on my
Somebody must be whispering a little something. Ain't nothing wrong with it. All right, well, while they pausing right now, thinking about what they're gonna say, trying to calibrate and shit like that, I simply want to say, man, these are children. We know this.
Yep.
And I feel like that with them doing this says a lot about them because a lot of people are coming for the parents, and I ain't here to argue with nobody or take nobody's side and nothing. I'm just simply just making statements right now. But a lot of people are saying certain things about the parents, but for them to actually stick up for the other people who went through what they went through, I can respect it. I know some people are gonna be saying they only doing this because they're getting so much backlash, but I think that a lot of different people will stand up in these situations and hold their children accountable. Do I still feel like they need to be prosecuted? Yes, because even if it was mine, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like shit. If you did it, you got to go through what you got to go through. I can't. Hey, right or wrong, I'm riding with you, but not in no shit like this. You don't do this. Hell no. So yeah. If you got to get some type of charge or whatever the case may be, it is what it is. You feel me? I'm going to keep it all the way thorough because, you know, I just think about it. What if it was my granny or some shit like that and this happened? And you know what I'm saying? You feel me? In the way that she's weak and sick and shit. Yeah, this ain't no excuse. And
It ain't no excuse. There's too many parents being neglectful. Like, listen, I feel as though, right, because why do it online? Why not go straight up to the mom and apologize? Why not wait till, you know, they get to the court or something? Because I feel as though that they're going to take this to court. And she should press charges, right? Press charges on the school, press charges on the parents, and press charges on the kids. Too many of these kids are getting away with it, all right? Schools rewarding the bullies, the parents thinking that they're going to get away with everything. They don't attend parent-teacher conferences. They don't attend none of the meetings, all right? And listen, just the other day we were saying that when I went to a parent-teacher conference, I was like, damn, there was only like 20 parents out here. Out of 300 and some change students in this school, 20 parents. Do the math. All right. And even though I heard the counselor saying, well, we did better than last year, it's more parents. 20 parents out of 300 and some change parents in that school. Let's make it make sense. All right. So it is time to stop fucking making excuses. Listen, I love Carlos King and I get his point. You see where I'm coming from? You see where I'm coming from? He's got a channel to run, all right, and he's being respectful. I gotta give it to him. But listen, all right, y'all know what, Shorty. If you've been following me for a while, I'm not holding my tongue. All right. The parents need to be held accountable. Some of these parents are lazy as shit. They don't give a fuck. All right. These are the type of parents that you'll hear and you try to have a conversation. It is what it is. Well, motherfucker, it is what it is. Then you get in it too. All right. Like I just told y'all. Somewhere in La La Land, right along with motherfucking Peter Pan. All right. He's holding my caskets and they're not just for fucking predators. All right. Fuck with my kids and see. This mom stood her ground. I give it to her. I give her props. Listen, and I gotta give it to the community for standing up, demanding the school to be held accountable. All right, demanding the parents to be held accountable. You don't know what somebody is going through. All right, and these kids are out here acting more wild than what we was. I'm not saying that we didn't listen. I didn't do this shit, all right. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that when I was growing up, I didn't see kids do this shit. Was I a part of that crowd? No, because I was, there was a village really fucking raising me. I know people don't want to hear this. All right. I keep trying to tell y'all that the community that I had was tight. All right. Until like the mid 2000s. Until a few years back. All right. Mistaken identities. All right. People got taken out due to mistaken identities. Confusion and thriving is all that, has been happening. Little girls going missing, found inside walls, all right? Which daycares have been built on top of. Like, come on, let's be real. All right, there's a lot of shit that happens within these communities. All right, you don't know who the hell's walking around with cancer. You don't know who's walking around with some type of mental health. Listen, within my own community, I've seen these kids wilding. All right, I've seen them beat up elderly. All right, and not give a fuck just for the fun of it. You know what we're missing? More programs. And the majority of them are these little boys that don't have programs, especially within our hoods, within our communities, all right? Which people, consider poverty, all right? What we call poverty. We're missing more programs for these kids, especially for our young boys. Parents should be held accountable if they can't control their kids, all right? But then it's like, damn, some of them are also tied up. And I'm not making an excuse. All right. I'm looking at both sides of the fence. Because you got a lot of parents that is like, but damn, you're also neglecting your child. Like, I don't give a fuck if you got 3 jobs. I've seen parents out here with 3 to 4 jobs and they still find time. All right, for their kids. I've seen parents say, fuck this. I got 2 other jobs. I don't mind losing this one, but I'm not neglecting my child. When they say you can't be late for for work because the parent has to attend a parent teacher conference, I've seen parents choose their kids over their jobs. So get the fuck out my face for anybody that gotta say but their kids. But at the moment that they were doing the things that they were doing, they wasn't thinking like kids. You know what they were thinking like? Adults. All right. What was the reason that they jumped as women? Why were they bullying this little boy for 2 years? But if the boy would have reflected back something, the little boy would have been a villain. If the mom would have sat here and whooped all them kids' ass, then she would have gotten backlash. That's the funny part about this whole situation, ain't it?
I just love the fact that they making her hold herself accountable. Hey, I know somebody gonna have y'all gonna have what y'all gotta say, but I got a platform to uphold, and I stand on certain shit as well. So I'm gonna watch what I say. I digress, but y'all got it. Let's get back into it though.
I think everybody, we've all seen the video.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's been sharing it. The public outcry is definitely there.
Yes.
And we're all on the same accord that it was. I think more so than anything, we want everybody to understand that this is a child. All of them children that was in that video was children. Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, she has a family that cares, that loves her, that has held her accountable. She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak. We do not expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child.
Right.
What grade are you in, Kamara?
8th.
She's in 8th grade.
What grades do you get?
A's and B's, and I was homecoming queen. I'm the captain of the
She's in junior
cheerleading
high.
team.
Damn, I hate you put yourself in that predicament.
And
Damn.
It's crazy, and I right there I hate, I agree with Carlos King. Like, I hate the fact that some of these kids put themselves in these predicaments when they don't have to. All right, and like she said, she was being a follower. All right, it's unfortunate that we got a lot of these kids, all right, that are followers, and that's why I tell a lot of these parents, yo, don't fucking say that it is what it is, or it don't matter. All right, it don't matter until the devil comes knocking on your door, like in this situation right now. Because listen. I don't know, something deep down inside of me, but I can't judge. All right, we're all human. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know, something's telling me like, you knew how your child is, but you ain't do nothing until now because this is something that's deep. All right. But if you would have took a hold of your child before, I doubt that she would have gotten herself in this situation. But hey, we could disagree to agree. We could agree to disagree. However it goes.
I know I'm a better person than what I was yesterday.
She gonna get it together.
I can make a difference.
You will make a difference, right?
I will make a difference.
Okay. So whoever laughing, whatever that's about, I want y'all to know that this baby, as well as all the other babies that's in that video, are very much our future. So if we laughing at them, we laughing at ourselves.
People laughing
So
like
we want to
hell.
make sure that we check that and that we be present, and that those people that are not on the ground, those people that are scared of our young kids, that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we here, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know, and that we are available to them.
And know that it takes a village. It takes a village to raise all these kids. This is not just one person's fight. This all, and I want you to know, Kamara, this is not all on you. You taking your responsibility of the role that you played in this.
Right.
And she know the role that she played in this. And I want y'all to know that this is not the kid that she is, nor will she let the internet turn her into a kid that child gonna try to say she is.
I don't know how truthful they are, but look, I don't know how truthful they are, how honest they're being right here. You see where I'm coming from? Because they're doing this on the internet. But that mother did the best she could, all right? She showed up, she protected her babies. She endured 2 years of torment, all right? And still tried to go through the proper channels. But let's be real. If she had fought back, y'all would have dragged her, called her violent, called her unstable, all right? Called her everything but what she is, all right? A mother trying to survive. And let's not, and let's talk about those babies. They are traumatized. They didn't just get jumped, all right? They got failed by the school, by the system, by the adults who let this fester. So yes, press charges, sue everyone, sue the school, sue the district, sue the parents, all right? Because if your child is out here behaving like, like this at 12, what are they going to become at 22? If they're already violent, already reckless, already cruel, what are you raising? But let's continue.
So we are cooperating with investigation or whatever needs to happen will happen.
Yeah, right. Okay. I like this to the people right here. I like them.
And you understand, like, it's okay to be smart. You're smart. You get A's and B's. You're the captain of the cheerleading team. You was homecoming queen. You don't have to be bad just because you think it's cool.
The question should be is, if she's not really like this and this is not the norm in this child's life, mom, you should be asking her, why does she feel that she needs to be following that crowd of kids? Why did she feel that she had to join in and jump that mother and her 2 kids? What made her feel that she had to do that? All right? I mean, the question should be a little deeper. Find out what's going on in your child's head. Why is she acting out? I mean, I could keep going, but shit, what's the point?
You don't have have to do what other people do. Right? This don't define you. I don't know. This is not your end all be all. You can come back from this. And you will come back from this. You will come back from this. And everybody, like, give these parents and these kids, let's give the kids a little grace. Let's get to the bottom of this. This is an issue in our community. This is why the term a village, it takes a village. It's a lot for a parent. I'm not a parent, but it's a lot for a parent. Like, let's let these kids take accountability, but let's not dog these kids. These are kids.
And let's make sure that we explain it to these kids why it's wrong. A lot of these kids are each other influences. And it's so easy to say, oh, they being raised wrong. No, sometimes kids are being raised right. This child, she being raised right. She's being raised correctly. Peer pressure is something. We all experienced it. Peer pressure is something. We all experienced it. So we're not going to try to.
I respect the mom. I think that's the mom for what she's trying to do. I respect her. But mom, you gotta go a little deeper. Don't keep excusing your child for, what she did. Try to figure out the root of the problem. Why is your child doing this? Why did she get involved? What is she missing? Sometimes they're not missing nothing but maybe your time, your attention. All right? Yes, you could be the best parent in the world, but sometimes you don't even realize you're neglecting your child by not giving them the time that they need.
Somehow take ourselves out of the equation.
And also, we can start an initiative. I think we're going to work with Kamara to start maybe a bullying campaign or something to raise more awareness, to let everybody know that this is serious. She knows it's serious and that this is not okay. So, yeah, and we definitely have.
Well, see, look, I like them. I'm not finna shit on them or talk bad about them or nothing like that. I simply want to say peer pressure and being a follower or one and the same to a certain extent, but at the same time, overall, the correct statement was made in the beginning. She was being a follower,
Exactly.
I ain't here to, like I said, I really don't be talking about people, kids and shit, but it's a topic that we're talking about, and she's a part of it, so it has to happen. But I love the fact that they made sure that it was known that it's just not all on this one baby. I know people gonna be going hard on her because she's gonna be like the
I like what Gary Busted Down said. She don't know it's serious. She doesn't know it's serious. Man, I know. I mean, she's in the 8th grade. She already knows from right and wrong. If her mom didn't teach her, right, that beating up somebody is not right for no reason, and especially an adult for no reason. But then, if that's the little girl, the mom of the 2 kids that got jumped said that the mom was in the store asking for $2. So that's the mom that was in the store asking the mom for $2 to feed her kids because she was short $2. And that's the little girl that she said that she thought she was 18 when she asked her for a Sweetwood prior, days prior before the whole incident happened. And she didn't find out that she was 13 until the incident happened. For those of y'all wondering what I'm trying to say, y'all gotta, either rewind back on this live or go to Carlos King and watch all the videos. All right. I got to give my commentary, all right? This is not my video, all right? And I love the fact that he put this all together. So I'm going to review, react, give my commentary, and converse with the subscribers that want to subscribe, converse with me.
Face of this whole situation. I feel like the little boy who initiated everything, that initiated everything and started all this shit and been bullying or whatever the case may be, he needs to be the one that's, doing all of the talking and shit like that. They need to bring him to the forefront. But,
they all need to be brought to the forefront.
And I think that she was just being a follower in that moment. Like I said, somebody gonna try to check me or try to correct.
So who was she following? Like, what was she? Did she like the little boy and she thought she had to impress the little boy? You see, those are my questions. Why did she follow? All right. You see, because listen, my kids know better. Why are you following? You got me fucked up. Real shit. Why are you following? I didn't teach you to be a follower. All All right. And to be a leader, you can't be a follower. Well, let me stop before I get Gary busted down started. But y'all get where I'm coming from. All right.
Break me, whatever. Peer pressure and being a follower can be one and the same, but in this situation, they're just simply being a follower. You know better than doing certain shit. So when you do certain shit that you know that you're not supposed to do, without being told to do, or people just watching you, making you do it, I don't feel like there's necessarily 100% peer pressure. You can feel some type of pressure to kind of make you want to do what they're doing, but ultimately, that's like you just following what others are doing.
I get what he's saying. I get what Carlos King is saying, but let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's see what else they got to say.
Back on it because you're a kid. Yeah, we all know that.
She's out damn near one and the same.
We all we got.
But you also know, but you also know you make your own.
Man, that's crazy. She said they real talk though.
You get in trouble, bullying, anti-bullying,
Versus trying to look what they standing for, look back into
bullying, anti-bullying, even peer pressure. It's all the same. It's all one and the same.
it. Oh, she said, boy, that's some shit, ain't
Chicago, it's a big
it?
city.
She's out damn near one and the same.
We all we got.
But you also know you make your own.
Man, that's crazy. She said they real talk
When
though.
you get in trouble, you in trouble. You don't get to fall back on it because you're a kid. Yeah, we all know that, but you still have to put your best foot forward. You still got to do the best that you can. You still cannot put your hands on people, feet on people, or none of that.
None of that
The only
shit.
time you need to be putting your hands on somebody is if they touch you. Other than that, your hands supposed to be on your side.
I just want to say this. Some decisions we make is not of our parents and what they teach us, but what we want to experience on our own. So it don't matter sometimes how you're necessarily being raised, mistakes do happen. And if you have children yourself and they make a mistake, and I don't care if it's as small or big as the Bible, the Quran, or whatever y'all may read, whatever y'all may worship, one sin is not bigger than the next sin. And this is not Kira condoning anything. This is me holding full accountability for what is going on and me understanding that this is a child and that instead of being a part of the problem or talking down on the problem, that I'm gonna become a solution to that problem. And I just urge everybody to do the same. So while you in your neighborhoods, if you in South Shore, you in Inglewood, you in Woodline, you in Jeffrey Manor, wherever you at, touch these babies. Let these babies know that you love them. Understand what's going on with them. See how you can make a difference because you can save somebody's life. And she understands, too, that this very well could have been a totally different situation. Y'all know me. Y'all for sure know Alita. And y'all damn sure know Naima, too. And know that we stepping.
Okay, let's put it like this. The woman suffered from sickle cell, all right? What if she would have died right there? What if she would have passed away? Ma'am, what if the lady would have passed away? The consequences for your daughter would have been deep, all right? Now, what if they would have decided to charge her as an adult for committing a crime like that? Because it was premeditated. They waited. All right, for that mom and her two kids. The same bullies that bully the mom's son in the school. I think that this conversation should have been held behind closed doors, right? And I get where the mom is coming from. And I know that, peer pressure exists, right? Hopefully the little girl is truthful on what she's saying, all right? I'm not there. I don't know it, what happened, scared her, made her, change her way of thinking, if she's going to change her behavior or not. All right? We'll know, as time passes by. Well, the mom will know because we're not going to be in their lives. Me, I'm just doing this commentary now, right? Giving my opinion, my perspective. I can't do nothing more, right, than what I'm doing right now. But when it comes to the kids, it's up to the parents, right? The discipline. Like, listen, let me put it like this. All right. Children Children mirror what they're taught or what they're allowed to get away with. If you don't raise them with empathy, you raise them with entitlement. And entitlement without accountability becomes violence. We need to stop playing nice, all right, with dysfunction. Stop protecting bullies. Stop excusing harm. Because when you let your child terrorize others, you're just failing them. You're failing the entire community. And if we want change, we got to move local. All right. Town halls, school board meetings, policy demands, because this ain't just about one family. It's about every child who's been silenced, every parent who's been ignored, every community that's been told to wait for justice while the harm keeps happening. All right. God got them, but we got to show up too. Justice is not passive. All right. It's pursued. And healing don't happen in silence. It happens in action. So to that mother, we see you, we believe you, we stand with you, and we will not let things like this slide. All right.
100%. So if that was us, it would have been a different situation, as well as her mother. So let's thank God that it wasn't that, because this is still our child. This is still our Black child. This is still our future. And I will hope that if anybody was to make a mistake, that they was able to come on live in front of a bunch of people that can point and have that thumb point back at them but can't hold themselves accountable, that you would commend that from a child. It's adults that can't do that. So Kamira, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you too. And we love you. And we gonna hold you in accountability with love and with honesty. And we expect that better. Absolutely.
It's not over. You know you owe that lady a debt. You gonna have to make it right with her. Outside of all of this, you got to make it right with that lady and her family.
Yeah.
Because you took the first hit. Regardless of who you was following, you still did. Whatever you got to do to make this right,
I didn't know that.
try to do it. Okay.
I seen a little boy
we're not
though.
gonna make this long and drawn out. We got y'all. We gonna figure out how to get in the field, anti-bully, beat the bully, and just know that it's some real steppers that's gonna be behind this, whether it come with girl mentorship, youth mentorship. It's gonna be an answer to the problem. Real solutions, not just problems.
No.
And on that, we out.
I love what they standing for and what they're trying to do. Hopefully it can get received by the public. It's gonna be a lot of work because right now the world really ain't trying to hear that shit. I didn't know that she was allegedly the one who did the first hit. Maybe I misinterpreted that wrong, but I did see a little boy hit somebody first. But it's different angles, different videos everybody have seen. So it is what it is. In all, in totality, none of this shit should have ever happened whatsoever. I don't understand how so many kids feel so comfortable doing what they did, but hey, I digress. It is what it is. We're in a different day and age, and it is what it is. But look, I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this. If there's more updates and things like that, I will bring those. Other than that, let's see what I have to say. We're gonna talk about this in the comment section, and I will see y'all later on another video as well.
I think he's only got one more video, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Damn, everybody's coming at the Chicago mother. How the hell they coming at the Chicago mother when she got jumped? All right, we're gonna watch this tomorrow, part 2. All right. And nobody hit the link. All right. The John was in the community wall, but nobody hit that John. So listen, I'm gonna say what I gotta say in this John because this is wild. All right. So look, listen, link's still in the community wall for anybody that wants to come and chop it up real quick with a shorty if y'all want to, but let's talk about it. All right. Because what happened to that mother and her children, that was heartbreaking on every level. And what makes it worse, all right, it happens every day, every single day. Kids getting bullied, parents making report after report, and schools doing nothing until it's too late. All right. She begged for help. She demanded, the abuse. She documented the abuse. All right. She followed the rules and still nothing was done. So don't tell me this was, a surprise. Don't tell me this was unforeseen. This was ignored. This was enabled. All right. This was a system choosing silence over safety. When a mother cries out and no one listens, the system is already broken. Well, No, the system is not broken. It's meant to be. The system is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. It's the people thriving off the system, all right? Like, listen, if schools won't act on reports, they're complicit, all right, in the harm. Accountability delayed is accountability denied. And now we're supposed to just move on. Now we're supposed to accept that no parents are being held accountable. Absolutely not. All right. Because if your child is out here jumping people, you should be charged too. You don't get to raise harm, all right, and hide behind excuses. You don't get to say, not my child, when the proof is on video. You don't get to sit in silence while another family is destroyed. If your child is old enough, to assault, your child is old enough to be held responsible. All right. Parenting doesn't stop at birth. It shows up in behavior. Raise them right or face the consequences. All right. And let me be real. If that were me, I'd be in jail. Because if you touch my child, if you traumatize my family, if you make me beg for protection, all right, and then ignore me, I'm not turning the other cheek. All right. I'm turning the whole system upside down. And that's not, and that's not the part, all right, folks don't want to talk about. If that mother had, how can I say, fought back, if she had defended herself with the same force she was met with, y'all would have dragged her, called her unstable, called her violent. All right. But where's that same energy for the kids who attacked her? Where's that same outrage for the parents who raised them? We can't keep criminalizing survival while excusing the source of the harm. You don't get to call a mother aggressive when she's protecting her kids. All right. If you won't hold the bullies accountable, don't expect peace in the community. So, yes, sue the schools, sue the parents, press every charge available. Because this isn't just about justice for the family, it's about setting a, how can I say, precedent. All right. It's about making it clear that bullying, violence, and neglect will not be tolerated. And to the ones trying to make change, keep going. All right. Let this story be the spark. Let it be the reason we show up at town halls. Let it be the reason we demand policy changes. Let it be the reason we stop waiting for permission to protect our children. All right. Change doesn't come from silence, it comes from pressure. If the system won't protect us, we'll protect each other. All right. Justice is not a favor, it's a right. To that mother, you did everything you could. All right. You were failed, but you're not alone. And we will not let this slide. All right. For those of you wondering, all right, down in the description box, we do have a petition to get more cameras. All right. More background checks, more security guards into these schools. All right. Listen, changes need to be done. Policies need to be changed. All right. These policies they have in these schools are outdated. All right. So let me close this, with fire. Because what happened to that mother and her children, that wasn't just violence, it was generational betrayal. And we're not going to sugarcoat it, all right? We're not going to soften it. We're not going to say, how can I say, we're going to put it like this, all right? We're going to say it how it needs to be said, bold, raw, and uncut, all right? You let your child jump a mother and her babies. You let them terrorize for 2 years while the school played dumb. You let, and listen. Because there's a lot of parents that'll sit here and say, no, my child didn't do this, but yet you ignore the calls from the schools. You don't go to the parent teacher meetings. You don't go to the conferences, nothing. All right. And listen, I know this from experience because there's a lot of parents that do the same shit over here. All right. What's crazy is you let them roam the halls like predators while the victims prayed for peace. Then you are the part of the problem. And I'm not here to cuddle dysfunction. I'm here to confront it. All right. If you raise harm and hide your hands, don't cry when justice knocks. Silence is not protection. All right. It's permission. The ancestors didn't survive whips and chains for us to raise bullets. All right. And call it bullies and call it culture. All right. And it's crazy that the mother was saying that the young bull that started everything too, he was roaming around with the gun. Why haven't they found him yet? This ain't just about one incident. This is about every family that's been ignored, every child who's been failed, every parent who's been told to wait for justice while the trauma keeps stacking. All right. And let me speak to the parents who think discipline is optional. All right. You don't get to raise chaos and call it misunderstood. You don't get to weaponize your child and act shocked when when they hurt someone. You don't get to sit in silence while another mother bleeds. Because if you won't teach your child empathy, if you won't teach your child boundaries, if you won't teach them accountability, then the system will. And the system don't love nobody. All right. The streets will give justice. And guess what? The streets don't love nobody either. Parenting is not just provision, it's protection. All right. If your child is hurting others, they're hurting too. So do the work. Community starts at home, and so does accountability. All right. Into the schools, you're not exempt. You're not innocent. You're not unaware. Because when a mother makes report after report, when a child cries for help, when the signs are clear and you still do nothing, you're complicit. All right. You took away detention. You took away discipline. You took away consequences, and now you want to act surprised when the bullies run wild. Nah, man, we're not doing that. We're demanding, all right, exposure. We're demanding charges. We're demanding justice because this ain't about punishment. It's about protection, all right. And to the mother who survived that attack, you're divine. You are powerful. You are the how can I say you're the embodiment of every ancestor who stood in the gap. All right. You did what the system wouldn't. You protected your babies. You showed up. You survived. All right. Some of us carry sickle cell, all right, trauma and legacy, and still show up stronger than the system. You don't need permission to protect your children. You need courage, and you've got that. The ancestors are watching, and they are proud. So let this be the moment. Let this be the message. Let this be the movement because we're not burying truth anymore. We're broadcasting it. We're not waiting for justice. We're demanding it. All right. You know what's crazy? When I went through what I was going through in the school system, right? I won because I was consistent. All right. I protected my child. Like my son was going through the same thing back in the day. Listen, this is how I started my channel. This is how this channel all got started. All right. The petitions, all of this, how I became an advocate and more. All right. We're not protecting bullies. We're protecting our babies. All right. This ain't just a live. This is a legacy. And if you're not ready to face the truth, then you're not ready to be part of the solution. Real shit, man. And that's all I gotta say. All right. Like, leave your comments down below. We can get the discussion started. All right. Like, I want to say thank you to all those that came in, had a conversation with a shorty. All right. Those that showed up, they showed support, they shared our videos. All right. I'm gonna have some poetry soon on the members shorts. All right. I have a live that I have to put on members only soon. I forgot which one it was, but I appreciate everybody that came through. All right. Listen, I don't got nothing else to say until this weekend. That we hope if there's an update, we'll review and react to it. But we got one more video. All right. There's an aunt that says that the mom doesn't take care of her kids. So listen, we gonna do some more reviews and reactions to this weekend. If you ain't sub up, make sure you do. All right. We're gonna do these members and subscribers giveaways, but we don't have enough members. All right. Like I said, I have a live that's gonna be put up on the members giveaway soon. It's still public for those of y'all that want to catch it up. I think it was a few days ago. Let me see. I think it was the one with Earth. Damn, this is not the channel. I'm over here with it. All right, I think it's the one with Earth Day. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one on our members. On the members only. Let me see. Yep. Clout got Cholo arrested. The circus of no consequences. I think that's the one, if I'm not mistaken. Because we was on there John almost 6 hours. All right, y'all. But man, ain't nobody come up. I did drop the link, so listen. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm gonna leave y'all with this lyrical poem, man. For those of you that catch the replay, leave y'all comments down below. Let us shorty know what you think, how you feel, man. Let's get the discussion started. All right, I'm gonna leave some polls in my community wall for y'all to sit here and participate. And once again, like I said, man, if y'all enjoyed the stream, man, smash that like button for a shorty. All right. What I appreciate the most is if y'all share the videos for a shorty. I appreciate those that do share my videos. All right, because that helps a shorty a lot to get into the algorithm. I appreciate those that leave the comments, all right, and converse with a shorty. A lot of y'all, man, look, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, have left a lot of, solutions for a shorty, amongst your opinions, right, that I could actually take to these politicians that do help me, right, on topics like this. Like, listen, I appreciate those that do comment, all right, because I go right to these politicians, right, when it comes to the school and stuff like that, man, and we have conversations about it to see how we could change these policies when it comes to these schools. But hey, look, listen, I know that another life that I'm going to schedule, this one is going to be for next weekend. All right, teachers are quitting. All right, high schools left and right. All right, they've been doing this for the past few years since I mean, listen, bull. But since 2025, they have been leaving the schools heavy. All right, and that's going to be a topic that we touch soon. All right, but since nobody, came up to talk to a shorty, have a conversation with her, man, we're going to end this live, and I'm going to see y'all this weekend, all right? And listen, make sure y'all stay tuned, subscribe, all right? We upload shorts and much more. And like I said, I'm going to start uploading the new poetry into the members shorts. So make sure y'all are subscribed. Hit that notifications button, because listen, I'm not used to scheduling lives due to the way my schedule is. I'm not known for the pop-up queen for no reason, man, but I appreciate all of y'all for y'all support, man, and I'm out.
Yeah, we living in a world where the rules don't apply. They say we gotta follow, but we ready to fly. System got us boxed in, trying to keep us small, but we rise like the phoenix. We get scared to brawl. They feeding us lies, but we see through the smoke. We're the voice of the people. We're ready to provoke. They want us to divide, but we're stronger as one. Breaking chains, taking names, yeah, we getting it done. It's us versus the system. We're breaking the mold. Fist in the air, yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise. Let them know we're here. Riders ignite. In the world of division, they showed us how to share. But the weight of our sorrows, they never taught us to bear. We split our joys and laughter, but the pain remain untold. A burden we carry alone. A story left untold. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows. A darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. We learned to divide our dreams and multiply our fears. But the ache in our hearts only grew in passing years. They gave us all the answers, except how to heal. The scars that run so deep, wounds that time can't seal. Yeah, they taught us how to share, but only the good. Smiles and laughter like we understood. But deep down inside, there's a storm we hide. Pain in our hearts, we're just trying to ride. Put on a mask, yeah, we play the part, but nobody sees the cracks in the hearts. We share our dreams, the highs and the lows, but when it comes to hurt, we just close the doors. We share the fun times, deflect the pain, laughing in the sunshine, dancing in the rain. But the shadows linger, they creep and they crawl, breaking us down, but we don't share at all. We got hate in our hearts, but we get concealed. Taught to share the joy, but wounds, they stay unhealed. They say love was easy to divide, but the heartache never subsides. We tried to split everything into two, but the pain lingers strong and true. Shared our dreams, divided our fears, but the sorrow remained through the years. No matter how we tried to let go, the weight of our suffering continued to grow. Now we're apart trying to heal, but some wounds are too deep to conceal. They said splitting up will set us free, yet the pain lingers in you and me. In a world where rules are set in stone, the system's grip tightens, we're not alone. Bound by chains of injustice greed. Against the odds, we fight to be free. Mighty forces try to keep us down, but our spirits rise, refusing to drown. Defying norms, breaking through the mold. In this battle of wills, our story is told. As the clash continues day by day, we stand united, come what may. For in this world where rules don't apply, our strength and unity will never die. They try to silence our dreams, but we're loud and clear. With every step forward, conquering fear. They can't hold us back. We're the fire and the flame in this battle for freedom. We're all in the game. They say it's just a game, but we're playing for keeps. With the strength of the many, we're shattered elites. No more puppets on strings, we're cutting the ties. With our eyes on the prize, we're reaching for the skies. So let's stand together, let's break down the walls. In this fight for our future, we'll answer the calls. From the ashes, we'll rise like a storm. Riders ignite. It's us versus the system, and we're ready to fight. They build the walls, but we're digging tunnels. With every step we take, we're shaking the bundles. From the streets to the courts, we're raising our voice. In a world full of noise, we're making the choice. They want to keep us blind, but we see the light. Knowledge is power, and we're ready to fight. From the corners of the city to the halls of the state, where the heartbeat of the struggle can't afford to wait. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. It's in the air, yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy balls. Now we stand here broken, searching for some light, hoping for a way out of this never-ending night. But through it all, we find strength in each other's embrace. Together we'll face tomorrow and find solace in this space. They say don't bring the drama, keep it all light. But every night I'm fighting these demons in sight. Whispers in my mind, yeah, they echo and they shout. While I'm smiling on the surface, I'm breaking without. We're sharing the laughter, but what's underneath? A battlefield of sorrow, a war with no peace. We're warriors in silence, but nobody knows how the pain that we carry just grows and it grows. In a world of lessons learned, they taught us how to stand and burn. But the scars we hide deep inside are the ones that never subside. We followed all the rules they made, but the emptiness never fades. Their wounds like knives, cutting through even wounds that always grew. They painted pictures of success, but couldn't fix what's left from us. Now we're left to bear the strain of the pain that lingers, never wanes. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. It's in the air, yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. So remember this moment, remember this face, remember this sound. We're the voice of the future, and we won't back down. In the face of oppression, we'll stand up tall. It's us versus the system, and we'll